The weight of the stones. Timothy Grayson had always been the quiet one, the boy who sat alone at lunch, the man who walked with his head down. In the small town of Fairwater, where everyone knew everyone, he was the easy target, the one they shoved in hallways, mocked under their breath, and left out of every invitation. It had been that way since childhood. But what they never saw was what Timothy did when no one was looking. Every insult, every cruel remark, he wrote them down. He kept a small notebook in his pocket, filling its pages with the weight of his suffering, not to dwell on it, not to let it define him, but to remember. To remind himself that he carried the burden of their words, and one day he would turn that weight into something greater. Years passed, the taunts faded, but their echoes remained, and so did the notebook. One rainy evening, Timothy stood before a crowd in a packed auditorium. His name, once whispered in ridicule, was now spoken with admiration. He was an author, a speaker, a voice for those who had suffered in silence. He opened the worn pages of his notebook, his hands steady, his voice unwavering. "These are the words they threw at me," he said, his eyes scanning the room. "Each one a stone meant to break me, but I stacked them, one by one, and built something they could never tear down." Silence. Then applause, loud, thunderous, lasting. Among the crowd were faces he recognized, some of his old tormentors, their heads bowed in quiet shame. But Timothy didn't look at them with anger. He had no need for revenge. He had already won. As he closed the notebook for the last time, he felt something shift inside him. He had carried the weight of the stones for years, but now he was free.